Ahoy there, nautical truth seekers. My name is Aries Ezra, your decorated skipper on this voyage, and you have just boarded the illustrious ship Nautical Awakenings, where we have daily deep dives into Esoteric and sail vastly through the waters of truth. Today, we embark on a personal journey, a critical one. We are charting dangerous territory, the crumbling coasts of consciousness in what I call the age of brain rot. And yes, that sounds extreme, but stick with me, because if you've ever felt mentally fogged, emotionally detached, or like your attention span has been hijacked, then you're not alone. You're waking up in a world that's slowly losing its grip on reality. Set your compasses, batten down all hatches, and prepare for underway. It's time to get nautical. Right now, humanity is deep in a digital trance. We're living in a time where dopamine is cheap, validation is artificial, and technology has become the crutch we never meant to lean on so hard. Our phones have turned into pacifiers for adult anxiety. Social media is no longer just a highlight reel, it's become a coping mechanism for a world we no longer know how to emotionally process. Wake up, scroll, react, numb out, repeat, and with every repetition, we fall deeper into a mental stupor that silences intuition and extinguishes self-reflection. We're stuck in the infinite loop of doom-scrolling, digesting tragedy like entertainment, joy like content, and love like an algorithm. We've traded our human essence for a few seconds of stimulation and our reward, a vanishing sense of self. News has turned into trauma theater. Memes mask pain. Distraction is now the default. Technology has voided us of emotional gratitude. When was the last time you truly felt something while scrolling? Not a chuckle, not a like, but a real, soul-shaking emotional experience? For most people, it's been a while. We've become overstimulated and undernourished, emotionally speaking. Our hearts are malnourished. Our minds, hacked by endless content designed not to inform, but to hook. These systems are fine-tuned to keep you addicted, anxious, and disoriented, drifting through life, not living it. And what about our attention span? Gone, shattered into microseconds. We flinch at anything longer than 15 seconds. We crave quick hits of stimulation over slow, meaningful connection. We fast forward through reality, missing everything that truly matters. And it's not your fault, it's the design. These apps, these algorithms, this architecture of digital dependency, it's all designed to distract, not to enlighten. It's attention economy warfare, and your focus is the currency. We use tech to avoid ourselves, to escape our inner noise, to avoid hard conversations, to numb out grief, boredom, fear, awkwardness, real-world pain. We have become emotional exiles, afraid of the stillness, terrified of our own inner worlds. But here's the paradox. The more we run from our feelings, the more they consume us. And now we're watching a generation that's afraid to sit in silence, afraid to feel fully, afraid to live offline. We're breeding emotional illiteracy. We're confusing likes with love, attention with affection, virality with value. We interact with each other like avatars. Filtered faces, curated captions, real emotion hidden behind performance. Relationships have become transactional, reduced to clicks, comments, and DMs. And we wonder why we feel so alone in a world more connected than ever. Loneliness is the plague they don't talk about, masked by the illusion of connection. But just when it seems we're slipping too far, something stirs. A ripple in the sea of digital sedation. People are starting to unplug. Not because it's a trend, but because it's survival. We're remembering that we're human beings, not human postings. that our nervous systems aren't meant to carry the weight of the world 24/7, that our souls need stillness, that healing doesn't happen through hashtags, but through honest presence. That's why digital detoxing is rising, not as a luxury, but as a lifeline. Stepping away from the feed isn't just about screen time limits, it's a rebellion. It's how you reclaim your mind, your time, and your truth. And it starts with small acts, turning off notifications, walking without your phone, having eye contact in conversation, relearning the sacred art of simply being. And if you're finding this awakening exhausting, overwhelming, or confusing, you're not broken. You're healing from overstimulation, from digital dependency, from the rot. This is the detox of the soul, and it's messy, but it's necessary. We have to ask ourselves, what is the cost of never being bored anymore? Because boredom once birthed creativity. Stillness once sparked introspection. Now we run from silence like it's a threat. But silence isn't the enemy, it's the sanctuary. It's in the quiet that we remember who we are. Speaking of clarity, today's voyage is brought to you by Dubby, our official sponsor here on Nautical Awakenings. Dubby is clean energy for the mind, a no-crash, jitter-free formula designed to fuel your focus without frying your nervous system. No sugar, no fillers, no artificial aftertaste, no nonsense, just clarity for any adventures ahead. If you're serious about reclaiming your brain, start by upgrading what fuels it. Check the link in the description below and be sure to use my code Aries1147 at checkout for 10% off your first order. A huge thank you to Dubby and all my subscribers for keeping this channel afloat. You are greatly appreciated. Anchor yourself in real energy, the Dubby way. Now, back to the sea of thought-so. What comes after brain rot? What does post-brain rot humanity look like? It looks like people returning to the present. It looks like kids putting down their phones and picking up books. It looks like friends laughing with no camera on. It looks like lovers watching the stars instead of notifications. It looks like you reconnecting with your soul without needing Wi-Fi to do it. It looks like us reclaiming time, attention, and intimacy as sacred again. We fix this by learning to feel again. By sitting with discomfort instead of swiping it away. By being still, silent, and present. By returning to the sacredness of attention, the holy act of witnessing life without filters. We fix this by remembering that we are participants in this world, not passive consumers of it. We fix this by choosing depth over dopamine, by valuing conversations that don't go viral, by remembering that existence itself is a miracle, and no amount of likes will ever replace being alive. We must teach our minds to rest, not race. We must teach our children how to think, not just how to scroll. This is the post-rot renaissance, and you are invited. A time where we create, not consume. Where we listen more than we post. Where we meet each other without filters, and live each day like it actually matters. This renaissance also looks like communities coming back together, not just digitally, but physically. It looks like shared meals, long-form conversations, and real-world connection. It's about rewilding our spirit and returning to rhythms that resonate with nature, not with code. It means taking the long walk. It means writing the letter. It means asking someone how they are and really listening to the answer. It means art for art's sake. Music made not for charts, but for catharsis. Movements born not from trends, but from truth. The post-brain rot era isn't sterile or silent, it's vibrantly alive. It's chaotic, imperfect, and beautifully human. But it starts with a choice. Will you keep feeding the machine that's draining your soul? Or will you unplug, reclaim your power, and sail back into yourself? The world needs people who feel, people who think, people who remember what it means to be human. If this message stirred something deep within the waters of your consciousness, be sure to drop anchor right here. Hit that like button. Subscribe to Nautical Awakenings for more deep dives like this. And share this video with someone who needs to hear it, someone who's been stuck in the scroll, lost in the noise, aching to come home. Let's remind the world, we are not slaves to the algorithm. We are creators of consciousness. We are sailors of the soul. And this ship, we're not going down with the rot. We shall continue to expand and rise above the illusions of Earth. Until next time, this is Captain Aries Ezra, signing off from the bridge aboard Nautical Awakenings. Stay present, stay aware, and most importantly, stay human. Peace, love, and harmony to all my spiritual shipmates.